Hey, what's up everybody, Rich Gaming Guy here. So I just placed an order for a PS3 for just over 40 bucks on ShopGoodWill. It's actually only 30 minutes away from my house, but rather than driving down there and back, I just had it shipped to me for a total of $7. So I got it in hand. We're gonna unbox it today, take a look at what condition it came in, test it out, see if it actually functions or not. If it needs repairs, I'm gonna do the repairs on there, and we'll see if this ends up being a good gamble or if it bites me in the ass in the end. So let's dive into it and see what we've got. Alright, so this is the CECH-3001A model. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is the 160 gigabyte Slim, obviously, PS3. So we have to obviously check this out, see if it actually functions, but right off the bat, definitely dirty. Definitely looks like it needs a good cleaning. Definitely got a lot of dust caked up on here, but all of that is certainly cleanable. This is a nice touch. This is an Xbox One controller. Luckily, I have some PS3 controllers on hand, so not at all worried about that. So we're going to test this out, see what we can get out of it. And here we go. Let's see if this actually powers on. So everything's plugged in. I've got, since they sent AV cables as opposed to HDMI, I'm going through this converter right here. So let's see what we've got. All right, so I just tested this out with the AV cables that came with this. No luck on those whatsoever. So I'm thinking maybe the AV cables are bad. Currently, I have the HDMI cable going from the back of the PS3 directly over to my TV. And what do you know? Everything looks good so far. So controller is connected on here. You can see this is dusty too. Still got somebody's usernames on here. We have two, it looks like. We're just going to jump in here. And I do have some games. My capture card actually doesn't work with PlayStation 3s. So I'm going to be filming, obviously, the TV in the background here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So let's see if there's any games actually on here. Where do we have to go? Over here. Oh yeah, look, there's a ton of games on here. So we got Madden, Rugby, Assassin's Creed 3, Madden 25, Madden 13, Rugby World Cup 2011. All right, so let me see if there's anything in the disk drive. Looks like the disk drive is clear, so I'm going to grab a game, throw it in here, and actually test this PlayStation 3 out. All right, so I have GoldenEye reloaded here. This disc is in pretty decent shape. Got a couple little dings on it here and there, but it does work. I've used this to test out a bunch of different PS3s. So we're going to see if this boots right up, or maybe we have a drive issue, something like that. Looks to be loading. So it's got to install some data on here. It's probably going to take a little while. I'm going to skip ahead once this is completed. All right, so we're at a 100% here, so everything should be installed. Let's see if this game actually launches on this PS3.
Will be late. All I know is what they tell me. Security has been tightened. Nobody gets through. Great. Fantastic. Why not take the food out of my mouth? Maybe my damn feelings while you're at it. Even when you're done under there, take a look in his mouth. All right. We will wait. Make sure you open wide.
All right, so everything on here is working perfectly, not experiencing any issues whatsoever. All right, so let's take a look at the console itself now that we verify that everything actually does work. It definitely needs to be cleaned quite thoroughly. Very dusty, very dirty, especially down here in all the nooks and crannies around the disk drive slot. So I also have the controller here. This is an original PS3 controller. Definitely needs some cleaning as well. So I'm going to clean everything up. We'll take a look at how it looks when I'm done. Alright guys, this ended up being an awesome purchase. So glad I rolled the dice on this untested PS3. Came in great condition. It was definitely dirty, definitely dusty. Untested, as it said in the listing, but they probably did test it and just had no way to actually test whether the HDMI worked, because AV obviously didn't work when I used that. Ended up just chucking that to the side, using an HDMI cable. HDMI cables are probably the route everybody's going to take anyways with the PS3. That's what we're using on all of our modern day TVs. So plug that in. Worked great, no issues whatsoever. Had to do some updates, had to load in some data when I put the game in. To be expected though on an older console. No issues whatsoever. Didn't come with the controller. Actually, it came with an Xbox One controller. Obviously in the listing I didn't purchase that, but the fact that they threw that in was awesome. Xbox One controllers typically are going to go for like 15 to 25 bucks or so. It seems to be in great shape. I got to test it out with my Xbox One, of course, but you know, it's just a bonus that I didn't pay for. So I actually had a PS3 controller, original PS3 controller sitting around, no use for it. So I finally am able to use that. Had the power cable for it as well. That's why you saw me plugged in rather than being wireless here, because the controller was dead when I first plugged it in. So everything ended up working out in the end. Definitely needed to be cleaned, dusted. You saw how it looked in the end though. Definitely a couple scuffs and dings here and there on the top of the actual console. But again, $47 and change in total. I have absolutely nothing to complain about. I probably could have scrubbed it even more so than I did, but I didn't want to do the DK Oldies Magic Eraser sort of refinishing technique. So I'm okay with a couple little scratches or blemishes on the top of the console. For $47, I would expect a lot less than what I actually got. So super happy with my experience yet again with ShopGoodWill. I'm not getting endorsed by them or anything like that. They're a great place to pick up retro game consoles though, at awesome prices. You have to do a little bit of the cleaning process yourself, obviously, in most cases. Sometimes they have some really clean stuff, but for the most part, expect to go in and give everything a clean. If you want to do a full refurbish, then you certainly would have to do that if you're buying on ShopGoodWill. But from what we've seen at a lot of the other online retailers, you're likely going to end up doing that yourself anyways. So why pay a premium for it? Why pay $300 or $350 for a PS3 to end up with something that's in worse condition than this one right here for $47 and change? So that is my experience here with ShopGoodWill. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of what I found here on ShopGoodWill, what I ended up with as a result. And hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful, enjoyed the content today, and of course hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop for all future videos here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.